Hey everybody, and welcome back. I have a new video today that is going to be torturing some sunnies. But before that, I fixed the white balance on my camera. I couldn't figure out why everything was coming out yellow. I was thinking I didn't have enough light. No, it was the camera setting, so that's fixed. So yeah, today I'm taking two Wave 1 Series 1 sunnies that I have thrifted. This one had her bangs trimmed, and it doesn't look bad. Like, it looks fine. She feels a little thin of hair because of it, but like, she looks fine. But I want to take her head and swap it to this body and this head to that body, because this girl still has her bangs. Her hair is in really good condition. It just needs a little bit of like a brush and a cleanup. The problem with her is she came with a left hand of Georgia. So she had two left hands in here, and the way Monster High, Rainbow High's hand pegs work is that you can't just swap them. They won't fit. So whoever did this super glued Georgia's hand in. So we were able to remove the hand, but there's still that peg in there. So my plan is to cover this up with some clay, let it dry, and work on doing a custom with this body and the bangless sunny all together. But to do that, I must go boil some water. If you can hear some tippity tapping in the background, that is my dog. And hopefully he won't come over and breathe into the microphone, but he is a German Shepherd, so it's roughly up to his height. But offing their heads, that's a bad thing. It's getting their heads off. So Rainbow High have incredibly hard heads. So since this is the first time I'm removing a Rainbow High head, I've done others, but since it's the first time I'm doing Rainbow High, I'm going to go with the body that is already damaged, just in case I mess up the neck peg. And to prevent everything from getting wet, are you gonna chew on stuff for people? That's so polite of you. We're gonna shove her in a bag and submerge. Oh, I don't know if this is enough water. I may have to go get more water. Alright, that's a little bit better. There she is. She is properly submerged. Help. Okay, it is softening. I was a little bit worried. Pull her out of the bag, and I'm going to go ahead and shove her into the bag and into the water so we can get that. Are you gonna? Oh, okay. She's just gonna float for a bit. All right. Oh no. Their heads are so hard. I was gonna show this on camera, but like, it's this portion right here that is fighting me. Okay, back in the bag. They're just gonna both be in the bag. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Pop you back out. Pop you back in. Sunny, you have so much beautiful hair. Okay, we have doll heads. That took way longer than it should have, but We're going to now pop this head, hopefully quite easily, onto the good body. And then this poor Sunny is going to have some experimentation. I did find the best way to get the eyes out was just to shove something into the neck hole and poke them out that way. So I do need to get some cleanup done, but before I do that, I'm going to try and pop the head back on first. Is that it? Wow, getting the head on is so much easier than getting it off. Oh my god. Alright, so this Sunny is now ready for a bit of a hairdo fix and her clothing. So we're going to set her aside for a moment, and I'm going to clean up all of this water. Alright, so I've got things for the most part cleaned up. I'm going to set aside the head for now and the eyes. And first thing I'm going to do is put on some epoxy sculpt onto this kind of sharp edge here. This is going to take real lifetime to cure, so it's easier to just go ahead and get this out of the way. I do need to grab gloves, which might hit the camera. Oh, you saw my hair. Ugh. This is a really normal hobby. If you're wondering why I'm wearing gloves, this is a two-part compound that when it sets up like similar to baked clay, but it's really hard when it fully sets up. And I don't want that on my skin. Ooh, it's gone a little discolored, but it's still good. And we'll just take a little bit of kneading.
Voiceover time. So I am mixing together epoxy sculpt, which is 1 part A to 1 part B equal quantities. The reason I'm voicing over is epoxy sculpt can be quite sticky, and the sound of it like with the gloves was creating this really disgusting sticky pop sound, and I was like, no, we're not going to do that. So I'm mixing it together to essentially cover the sharp bit of that Sunny's nub. And basically I just go into discussing like how to use epoxy sculpt. Like once you get it mixed up, it works very similarly to clay in that you can mold it, you can carve it, you can sand it once it's dry or dried a little bit. At some point I go and get a little bit of water, because a little bit of water with epoxy sculpt, you can create a lot more smoothness. You can create smoother applications of the epoxy sculpt to give it that kind of wet, smooth down look of like clay.
That looks a lot better. It's nice and smooth for the most part. It's a little bit dirty, but that's going to be okay given that I'm going for kind of an apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic design anyways. But yeah, now it's a much more smooth nub that I can work with. So we're going to just set her aside to dry. And unfortunately, I have a little piece that is left over that I really can't do anything with, so I'm just going to throw it away somewhere safe so no animals get a hold of it and it doesn't harden to something. I'm going to move on to working with the Sunny head number 2 that's going on the busted body. But before I do that, I am going to give her hair a brush out because it did get really messed up while I was trying to rip off her hair or head. I'm taking a dryer sheet on her hair now just to get some of the static electricity off of it. Because yeah, I've been messing with it a lot. So from here, I am going to be removing her lipstick. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to be removing her eyeshadow. I kind of like it as is, but I definitely want to change that lip color. And to do that, I'm going to be using acetone, which is why I've removed the gloves, because otherwise it would have eaten right through the gloves. Acetone eats through plastic, it can eat through rubbers, it can eat through a lot of things, paint and such like that, but it can't eat through this, what are you? Vinyl. this hard vinyl. So we're just gonna remove her lip color, and hopefully it won't be too much of a fuss. We shall see. Alright, I'm gonna have to bring her closer to me to get into those crevices and details. She's looking good. For the most part, she has no more lip color on. And now let's add a new one. All right, so I'm going to opt and try Owlbear Brown for her lip color and see how that turns out. It turns out I don't have very many browns that aren't metallics, which is a problem. The hard part will be showing any and all of this on camera because I'm really bad about, let's see, I'm really bad about bringing whatever I'm working on like right up to my face. This is where we are at currently, and I love, love, love how it's turning out. It's turning out really, really well. Yeah, that brown looks great. I was a little bit worried, but no, actually it looks phenomenal. I do need to sit here and let it dry though, which is a bit of a pain before I go in with another layer, but like, yeah, that brown is really complimenting her. Now, as far as her eyes go, she's got that pink, she's got the glitter and the yellow. I think once this is done, I really don't need to do much to the eyes. It kind of fits the aesthetic I was hoping for anyways. The other question would be, do I dye her hair brown or black would be the next one. And that one I don't thoroughly know. I've seen people dye Sunny's hair dark brown and black and it looks phenomenal, but I think that brown and the yellow look really good together. I could also try and tone down this yellow with a bit of purple shampoo. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you dry yet? The tried and true technique of drying paint, blowing on it. See, this is when I start getting into like detail territory, so I might not be able to do it on camera. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. That looks great. Okay, well, that went easier than I expected. I'm going to go ahead and try and shove her, you know, they're like a nice little, oh good, good. Let's see if I can get this to show up. There we are. Right. What? Don't drop it. I'll never find it again. Left. I was a little bit worried. I was like, uh-oh. Can I tell which eye goes where? I'm letting the paint dry before I do any more, before I stick her eyes back in. So while we're doing that, let's shove this to the side because I do not want to get paint everywhere. Let's get this Sunny dressed back into the outfit I had and clean up their hair a little bit. Oh, I forget that these pants are a nightmare because they've got that like ripping to them and I don't, there we go. It's like putting on real ripped pants. I don't know if you guys own any of those, but I will shove my foot through the rip every time, every single time. Yeah. You are right foot, your left foot. I love the eyes that are just here. We're just gonna scooch those over that way. Okay. I'll have to hunt down some earrings for her because I don't currently have any that I think would suit this outfit. But let's go ahead and undo these pigtails. I'm only going to undo, could you release from the hair? Thank you. I'm only going to undo one pigtail at a time because I don't want to deal with that part line. Because that sounds miserable. What do we have going on here? How has this been done up? Oh, interesting. I didn't notice that before. Yeah. Ha. Release from the hair tie prison. Okay, there we go. This Sunny has had a couple of her bangs cut as well on either side. That's really interesting. And for record, like in thrifting both of these dolls, like it's weird that possibly two different people had the same inclination to cut the bangs. Trying to get that. I don't know what I want to do. If I go with just simple, I think a simple I say. If I let's move you guys up so you can actually see. I think I'm going to go with like a high pigtail thing. Don't think I'm going to do anything too terribly. Those are large. I don't know if those are much larger than the ones I have, which are around here. Where did my hair ties go? That'll be a question for future me. Until then, I have some here. I'm not very good at doing doll hair because, especially not nylon. Nylon is super smooth, super silky, fun to play with, and all that good stuff. But it doesn't want to stay where you put it. So yeah. I don't mind the twists. They had gotten just a little bit fussed up from decapitation. It's odd. It's added a fun little wave to Sunny's hair. I'm very excited for the 2-pack of Sunny and Luna because I love both of them. I think their designs are really lovely. And I'm very excited that Luna is getting more purple in her design because yellow and purple are complementaries. And I think that's really cute. There we go. Sunny has lost an unfortunate little bit of hair, but you know, it comes with the territory. Oh, there's still a little gel in her hair. I don't know if y'all can hear that. That's a little bit of gel. That's so weird. I didn't even think she had gel in her hair. Even enough, yeah? Looks pretty good. So here is first Sunny with the bangs still intact, with super, super long hair. Yeah, that other pigtail is tighter. We're gonna go one more time. One more time. There we go. All right. Oh, she's so cute. I love Sunny. Sunny's such a sweet pea. There we go. So I'll set her aside because she is now perfectly done. We are going to bring her back. There we go. So yeah, lips are dry. Looks so good. So yeah, let's try popping the eyes back in without heating up the head. Let's see if I can even do that. Oh, it was silly of me. Oh, it was silly of me to pop these out. I'm gonna have to reheat this head to put it back on. But for now, I think I'm going to leave her a little bit without her eyes because I'm gonna have to wait for the epoxy sculpt to finish before I can move on to doing other stuff. So while I am waiting, I will upload this, and what do you guys think? Should I keep her blonde, try and tone it down, or should I take her brunette or black? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful morning, evening, or good night, wherever you are.